Hey everybody, welcome back to our deep dives into the Old Testament. We're at the point where Abraham is making a covenant with Jehovah, and it revolves around circumcision. It's pretty interesting. If you're new to this channel, we just do a few quick questions, bite-sized chunks out of the Bible, line by line, so that we can really understand it. I believe it's super important to know these texts. Because it affects the thought process of so many billions of people. It just does. And there may be some chunks of spirituality, some spiritual takeaways that we might be able to take away from it. And I have a whole lot of very poignant questions. So if you find offense to questioning the Bible, then you're definitely at the wrong place. If you think that we should question as much of everything as possible to find our own path in our spiritual journey, then you're definitely at the right place. Right now, we're in Genesis chapter 17, verses 10, and this is just fascinating to me, and I hope it is to y'all too. The main part of this covenant between Jehovah and Abraham, like I said, is circumcision, and Jehovah, if what Jehovah made, according to Genesis, the Jehovah, the God, created man and was perfect in his image. So if he's perfect, then why do newborns and young men need to be circumcised? Why do you need to mutilate your perfect body to have a covenant? I don't know. Maybe one of y'all can tell me. And in chapter 17, verse 11, Jehovah calls the foreskin a token of the covenant. First of all, why would Jehovah need a barbaric, trauma-inflicted, cruel bodily deformation and mutilation as a, quote, token? That just simply seems mean. Is that not mean? That's the question here. And in chapter 17, verses 12, Jehovah instructs every male of 8 days old, to be circumcised. And then it says, even if you bought a son off of a stranger and bring him into your area, then he also has to be circumcised. But it made it clear that if you purchased him for money, so if you didn't purchase him, you got him for free somehow, he doesn't matter. But what about all the other people though? Does it matter to them? Jehovah doesn't need a flesh token for them. Doesn't say, and it implies that that's certainly the case. And in Genesis chapter 17, verses 14, Jehovah says, all the ones not circumcised are to be cut off from his people. I'm sure that wasn't a pun that was intended, but it kind of made me chuckle. But so if you mutilate yourself, or if you don't do that, then Jehovah gets rid of you. He separates you. And so clearly Jehovah needs some sort of flesh blood token. And doesn't that seem bad? I can't read the mind of the infinite, but I feel like this portrayal of the infinite and what God is, and the way I know God and understand the infinite energies of the universe, and in my meditations and in our group meditations out here, I don't see this, and I don't feel this sort of bloodthirsty energy. I feel positive help and staying on a good path the best I can, and with the help of those infinite energies. If you find deep dives fascinating and you want to continue with this, I would appreciate you joining us in the previous videos and the ones coming up, where we continue line by line in the Bible with a myriad of questions, and all of the other subjects and all of the other tools that the infinite gave us. We explore them, and there's a lot, and it is fascinating and wonderful. And if you want to see those presentations and interviews and all those wonderful things, we're at the Mystics of Texas. That's our other YouTube channel, and you can find us on all the alternatives as well. Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, Daily Motion, all of those, as well as Mystics of Texas and mysticsoftexas.com. If you're in the local area, come out and see us. We're a wonderful group that gets together in a fantastic way to discover ourselves, to strengthen relationships, which ultimately helps us to meditate and connect and worship in our very individualistic ways so that we can help each other stay on a path of just being good to each other, good to ourselves, and good in connecting to the infinite. So if that appeals to you, then come check us out. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. We'll see you next time.